In this example, we're going to solve a quadratic equation using the square root property. Remember that the equation needs to have the form, or you need to be able to write it in the form u squared equals some number, where u is an expression, a linear expression in terms of x, in order for us to be able to use the square root property. And this equation definitely fits that description. Notice if I subtract 48 from both sides, I have an equation now of the form u squared equals a number. In this case, u would be 4x minus 5. Now what I want to do is go ahead and take square roots, or use the square root property. So my next step would be to write 4x minus 5 equals plus or minus the square root, oops, the lead is collapsing, plus or minus the square root of negative 48. I'm going to have to pause the camera for just a second. Oops. Okay. And then I'm going to rewrite the square root of negative 48 as I times the square root of 48. Now what I want to do is simplify this radical, the square root of 48. And hopefully you'll notice that 48 is 16 times 3. And the square root of 16 is 4. Bring the 4 in front of the I. Put the square root of 3 in the back. So now I have this equation here. To finish, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. And divide both sides by 4. Now, if you want to, you can leave your answer like this, or you could write it like this. Of course, this reduces to the force cancel. I get I square root 3. Either of these is acceptable. One of the things that you have to remember is when you're entering your answers into MyMathLab, you're going to be asked to enter each one individually. You see, this represents 2 solutions. So I could write this as 5 plus 4i square roots of 3 over 4, and 5 minus 4i square roots of 3 over 4. Or, if I'm using the second version, 5 fourths plus I times the square root of 3, and 5 fourths minus I times the square root of 3.